Ho, 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 and welcome back to the good old Rocky Pod. We got the whole starting lineup back this week. Chris, Kyle, welcome back.
I'm
Glad
Ed
to be
Piper.
here.
Chris
Kyle,
Kyle.
how was that Home Alone 2 Christmas event last week that you went to?
What?
Yeah, you went to that event that only Caleb will get this and our listeners, but we said last week that you were at the Home Alone 2 house from Home Alone 2 house. Yeah, for a Christmas event, but
What,
So-
the brownstone?
I think
No.
it's a joke that I was
No,
not a
so-
part of. This is
Yeah, and you also didn't listen to the podcast, so
yeah,
thanks.
that was a
Thanks,
test,
guys.
Kyle. That
Yeah.
was a test.
Sorry, I've not listened to one of our episodes yet.
I
Yeah, I
reviewed-
know. I keep every week I check the map for New York, and we're lacking on New York listeners, so you got to get the word out
But
there.
I will tell you, I've heard that a lot of famous actors and singers and stuff, they never listen or watch their movies or listen to their songs after they act or after they record. They never watch it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
because they would
that's
feel
fair.
stupid for standing in front of a green screen pretending to be Iron Man all day. But Chris, how you doing?
Okay.
We're just emulating success here. That's why we do not watch our own content. I'm fine. How are y'all?
Good.
Great.
Tis-
Matt, what did Santa Claus bring you? What's behind your head there?
Oh, I forget which way.
Oh,
Uh,
how many
3
stars?
star? Oh, four stars.
4 stars. That's right. Today is early signing day. Oh.
It's the real signing day now.
I'm going to be honest. At first, I was like, early signing. It's the guys that have been committed for a year, like their dream has been to sign with this school. But it was actually fairly exciting. And not just for
Yeah.
Tennessee on the whole national level. Goodness, what a day. Definitely made a fan out of me this year. What do you guys think?
I still wish it was in February only. But
Yeah.
Of course. But I learned a big lesson today. If you go into a Tennessee football event of any kind, certain like this, with zero expectations, you expect literally nothing to happen, it almost always turns out fairly well.
That's a good point.
If you think that literally nothing, or even worse, like the very worst, is going to happen, somehow we get surprised. And today, like, I legitimately, for the first time in several years, was looking on the phone, not doing my work, and just addicted to the refresh. Ooh, another 4-star.
Yeah,
Very-
we signed 20 players today. Couple surprises in there. Who has the names? I got them here, but
Tyree West. Is it Tyree or
Tyree.
West?
I just didn't want to be the one to try to pronounce it first. So yeah, Tyre West,
Tire.
Tyrese. We'll probably come to find out.
Mr.
Um,
West.
Yeah,
former
him 3
Georgia
years.
commit. He was also considered. Who was he considering? Wasn't it?
Florida
Yeah,
Florida
State.
State.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, blah.
The bad day for Florida State.
But yeah, pretty much everybody that signed today has been committed. Another big surprise was James Pierce, edge rusher out of North Carolina. Exide Antoni said he's got to put on a lot of weight. He's only about 200, but 6'4", so we need him.
Well, I mean, King Rodney earned his paycheck today, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a position that we need help at. And to get two guys that I'd never heard of before today, honestly, I'm sure the recruiting fanatics, like I used to be, have, but...
Well, yeah,
that
but the
was pretty
recruiting
exciting.
fanatics were being huge negavols and saying we weren't going to get them.
Black Tuesday, Black Wednesday.
Black Wednesday was what they were saying, and Rodney just did what he always did to us when he was at Auburn.
Yeah.
Did Rodney get Gabe Wright away from us?
Yes.
Yes.
The one that sticks in my head is like, I was
Gabe
listening.
Wright, yep.
I think Titans Bill was on a phone call during Gabe Wright's announcement, and Gabe Wright went to Auburn, and Titans Bill just lost it on air.
Oh, that would
I
be great.
cannot believe it. They're
This is
tearing
like
our-
When
No.
the actress that played Ginger on Gilligan's Island betrayed the skipper.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, Tony?
Is that what's the one that like sticks out in y'all's head the most when you say like someone
definitely
you
Ginger.
thought was a Tennessee lock but flipped when they grabbed the hat?
Gabe Wright.
Who was the dude from Georgia, the linebacker that actually did grab the hat?
And tossed it?
I can't remember.
Tossed.
Yeah, a couple years ago. I don't remember.
Well, I didn't.
I remember.
Hardman do that?
I don't know.
He did.
Owen. I was pretty upset about Owen Papon not coming here.
Yeah, that hurt. Should we do this? Should we talk about the worst ones?
I
can't remember any off the top of my head, to be honest.
It was always Adoree Jackson.
Yeah, Adoree Jackson. I thought we had
was
Jackson.
Just ugh. And that Jernigan guy that went to Florida State, that one hurt.
Yeah.
One of some quarterback who went to Ohio State who wasn't very good, but like camped out on UT's campus for a week or something once.
Quarterback.
He might.
No.
Wasn't Pryor, was it? I know we were hopeful for Pryor, but
nah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Who was the dude from like the linebacker or something that went from? He was from like Ringgold, Georgia, like near Chattanooga, that went to Ohio State. It was Butch's
Von Bell, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the other one I was trying to think of. Von Bell, yeah.
Marlon Brown, I remember being a big one.
Oh God,
Georgia.
We ain't never getting nobody good out of Memphis anyway.
Oh yeah.
You got
I
have like a
Brown now, wide receiver, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, wait till so and so meets him over the middle, right?
Rodriguez Wilkes, baby.
Oh.
What's you guys like earliest memory of signing day?
Matt, your Vol Nation 2010 recruiting day memories are just.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember sitting in geometry class, I guess in 2004, listening. This is so when Eric Ainge, and then I think Brent Schaefer was a late pickup in that class. And then Robert Meacham, I'm pretty sure, was a signing day surprise. I think that was the same year. That was a great day.
For me, this wasn't early on, but one of my craziest memories was I think Tuesday night I met with Chris in Knoxville. We had dinner, and then I went to his apartment in Knoxville, the tower by the sorority houses.
The tower at Morgan Hill.
Yeah. And we woke up. We set our alarms at like 5:30 in the morning to wake up to watch the fax machine camera.
Do you remember going to Walmart to get the hot board?
Yeah, and I think that was Cordell Patterson was the big get that day.
Oh,
I thought it was Derrick or Durrick.
Derrick Rogers, yeah, mate. I think, but it was like I just remember
companion Nash Nance.
Oh yes, his boy.
The first one I remember like just being really invested in was Kiffin's first class. I remember me and Caleb were in poli-sci. I think it was 102. And just, everybody had their laptops out. But, we're doing classwork. And me and him are just, hey, you see, we got this dude. Like, so.
Dalton Santos? Oh, no.
Yeah. The fax cam. Do they still do the fax machine thing, or have we evolved from that?
No, we've got Mike Keith and Peep.
Like this tweet if you commit here. Oh, God. I'm waiting for a commit to, like, put out a Twitter poll. Like, hey, these are my final four. Here, decide where I'm
going. Who was that guy last year? There's like, fall fans, if I get to 11,000 followers.
I think that was Walter Nolan this year.
No, it was the tight end dude. It was
DWA.
Yeah.
Well, Nolan did do it, but
yeah,
it was like whoever had the most like retweets. That's the school he was going to. There's one.
Yeah, it was something like that. Or if you guys can get me to some number, then I'll commit there.
God,
didn't Congo do something like that?
It was followers. If you get me to 25,000 followers, and we did it in like a day and a half. Rabid pack of wolves, man.
All Twitter is
Now,
unbeaten.
instead of getting people followers, we can just pay them.
Even though we commit various war crimes along the way, we have never lost a battle.
We need to go through this commit list
Yeah,
and
you
pick
gotta
our
pull
good
it
old
up. I
Rocky
see it.
Pod.
Hang on, I can read it in your glasses there.
There you go.
Well, who's the good old Rocky Pod going to sponsor?
I want Nimrod.
Nimrod.
Oh, yeah.
I like Nimrod.
I
We have
like
to have,
some
like-
of our linemen, man. They're big guys. I like that. They're tall.
Oh,
Rodney Harrison's kid is our lowest rated recruit.
Is he? Well, I mean, I'm excited to have a guy like that on campus. I mean, you know his dad's going to come around and be like, hey, I'm Rodney Harrison. Like, can I watch your practice? I mean, I'm all for stuff like that.
Oh, I agree.
Everybody's looking at it. Kyle, you looking at it?
No.
Looking at some. Yeah, Kyle's like,
I was just checking.
Like an Instagram post over here.
I'm trying to go by Jason Swain's metric where he says you need to find the dude that looks like he would be like your old ass uncle. And that's the dude who is going to go out there and kill. And so far, just looking at these pictures, we'll say Justin Williams, the running back.
I think
Dude
that
looks
was a
like-
surprise
Nope.
today. I mean, we knew it was down between us and Auburn, but I mean, to finally get a dang crew over Auburn.
No, you said it just like the Auburn people do. Auburn.
Rest in peace,
Yeah,
Challenger, even though he's not dead. Just not
I mean, just
flying
looking at the
home
pictures.
games.
There's no way Addison Nichols is actually going to be good.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. No, I'm not gonna say that.
I don't know. That's
I
a
mean,
Cade
it's like a-
Mays looking guy.
His name is Addison.
Hey, we got to start a fundraiser. Cade Mays said for the right NIL, he'd come back for another year.
I think I saw the estimate. It would be fourth round money, which is like $750,000. You want to chip in bucks?
Well, my birthday is next week, so we'll.
The good old
I'll
rock.
make that my fundraiser on Facebook.
Yeah,
Let's-
we hereby donate all of our sponsorship dollars to Cade Mays.
Right.
Done. Signed,
We
sealed.
will provide dinner.
No,
one night.
wait, no. Kyle, do you agree?
No, I just said
It ain't worth it for 1 year.
I think we can honestly provide dinner one night a week if he stays.
He's a big boy,
Where,
Kyle.
though?
We can afford
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we all take turns like door dashing him like dinner to
It's
his.
so expensive, though. Do you get any perks being like a royal member?
Yeah, if you're a Chase Sapphire preferred card member, you get discounts on DoorDash.
That guy is probably putting down 6,000 to 7,000 calories a day.
We're good for 2 pizzas every Thursday night.
From where, though?
Domino's $8 carryout.
No, you got
Yeah.
Stefano's right there. I mean,
$7.99 takeout Domino's. That'll do nicely.
well, the Domino's on the Strip is gone now, so it's Sutherland Avenue. I
What?
think. Yeah, they tore it. They tore the subway down, the Domino's, the old
Oh,
used
that
bookstore.
whole building?
Yeah, they're building more apartments.
Here's the thing: we're gonna edit this part of the thing out and send it to Cade Mays. So speak to Cade Mays right now. We're gonna tag him in Instagram.
Okay, so now we're giving away sponsorship dollars.
Yeah,
we're giving myself more work to do.
You
What else
come
we gonna?
back to play for Tennessee, the good old Rocky Pod will take care of dinner one night a week, and we're gonna
We gotta
tag.
have like a.
You
little
have our
disclaimer.
word, Cade.
If you have to miss more than like 3 games due to injury, like the deal is void. I mean,
Conditions?
yes.
He's one of us. He's
What if he
spurned
tears his ACL the first fall practice, and then we're
His
just giving the
dad
guy
lost
pizza?
finger.
Oh,
He's
that
one
is
of
true.
us.
It's sad.
He's live and local, too.
He's coming back.
Speaking of live and local, thank goodness. There's a new Smoothie King commercial. Oh my gosh. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay.
You didn't like SKFL.
No. Because I always thought it
He's
like
coming in late. Coming in late.
the first like 10 times I heard that, I was like, yeah, South Knoxville for life. And then I was like, oh wait, Smithing. Oh. So what else we got about this recruiting class?
All right, we got a guy named Squirrel. That's noteworthy.
Squirrel, yeah. I think X said today, like, with a ball in his hand, ain't nobody catching him. What cat? Oh my goodness.
It's just UCF is hell, and I kind of like it. That guy's going to be out there 5 foot nothing and just bouncing past Georgia guys because we're going so fast. Hey, Santa.
Is that actually a well-known actor in that Santa?
Matt, lean one way. Let us see Santa.
I don't know.
Is that Jeff Bridges? No.
Looks like a familiar face.
Yeah.
I thought it was Robin Williams, but I don't know.
All right.
Awkward silence.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't really know too much about the sign class. I just saw that the peach state of Georgia is clad in big orange tonight because we got everybody from Georgia.
Yeah, we stepped on your face with a hobnail boot. Screw you,
I won't lie to be a
Georgia.
little pessimistic.
Yeah.
We are like still recruiting behind Missouri and Kentucky. Just
I saw today
sucks.
that Kentucky got that wide receiver transfer from freaking Virginia Tech, too. Like, do these people go to Kentucky before they freaking sign there? Like, what the hell, man? It's Kentucky.
Kroger dollars.
Yeah.
Kroger gas bucks.
All right.
They're getting
You
fuel.
guys are
They
giving
don't
me
have
extra
gas
work.
to go there.
Giving pizza to Cade May. I'm putting a ban on Kroger products now.
I'm afraid that Kroger is now no longer allowed in our lives due to
I'm
this.
just kidding. No, Kroger, please give us free Carb Master chocolate milk every Thursday.
Caleb cannot
Send
comment.
2 half gallons. We'll send 1 to Cade Mays with this pizza.
There you go. Another guarantee, Cade.
And if we don't fulfill that promise, Andy will.
God.
Andy will deliver it in his Escalade personally.
Not anymore.
Yikes.
New GoFundMe, guys. Let's buy Andy a new Escalade. Oh, we are just entrepreneurs tonight. What?
Oh, man.
It's the giving season, guys. Let's give. What else can we think of?
I think one of my last takes on this recruiting class is that we signed, I think, 4 or 5 wide receivers, which I'm really excited because we heard all, like, especially early in the season, that these receivers just aren't cutting it or aren't what the coaching staff really wants. So I'm excited to see some of their guys get in there, and hopefully, man, we need a Heisman winner. That's what I want for Christmas.
I mean,
I don't care about the Heisman. Screw that.
come on.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't care. Like, we've never won one. It's not going to bother me if we don't win one again next year, but
it would have been
pretty
nice
cool.
to win a Heisman when the Heisman mattered.
Yeah,
It's
good point.
it's just the biggest joke in the world now.
Pre-1997.
I didn't even know the freaking presentation was the other night. I just get like a little, news alert, like, oh, Bryce Young wins the Heisman. It's like, oh, of course he does. Like,
Bryce Young getting up there and saying, I've been doubted my whole life. The haters have never gotten to me. A 5-star quarterback from California goes to Alabama, probably going to win a national championship and got the Heisman. I don't understand it.
yeah, what a
Just
time to.
grinds that chip in their shoulder, whether they want it or not.
And he had a huge NIL deal before the season even started.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, before he ever played, and they were counting him out.
man, what do you guys think of this NIL thing? Like, it kind of added to the national early signing day drama with, the whole what's the guy's name? Travis Hunter.
Yes.
The guy that committed to Florida State. We'll transition to the Florida State Seminole talk here a little bit.
Talking about the nose.
About to know.
Well, today they were the Nopes, and
Oh,
Travis Hunter been committed to Florida
Wow.
State since March of 2020. The number one rated player in a couple of services, and he signs with Jackson State and Deion Sanders. Man, that was
so glad.
that was insane. But then it comes out that he's got this huge NIL deal worked out with Penn Gaming. So
Yeah, Barstool.
yeah, Barstool.
$0,
Interesting.
guys. Big Cat was so honest in the Florida State Rage Board.
I just love. They kind of. I was first time I've actually kind of liked the Florida State fans. I just appreciated how red they were getting today.
I mean, they feel a lot like it seems they're in the same spot that we've been the past, decade.
they're
But we usually would not strike out this bad on signing day. We just wouldn't develop our,
Right.
handful of 4 stars and all that. But man,
I mean,
and then Norvell gets a 1-year extension after losing to Jacksonville State and going 5-7 this year. Like, ugh.
I kind of feel for them. What's the equivalent of that? It's like they're one of their all-time great players stealing the number 1 recruit in the country from them.
Whose dad went to Florida State. I mean, he's been committed for over like 16 months. Like,
he
oh
was a
my God.
cove mitt. I mean, I got mad about Peyton Manning coaching up Kenny Pickett to come and beat our ass this year, but that wasn't like in the same galaxy.
Now, when Deion goes to Florida State to coach, does this guy transfer go with
Yeah,
it?
that's exactly what I was thinking. I feel like Deion's taking the job next year.
Right. Yeah.
I wonder if that
I've
guy
never thought about that. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you see the dude who burned his collector's Deion jersey?
One thing I like listening to Tony today, and they were like, "Well, why wouldn't these kids want to go play for Deion?" It's like, well, a lot of them didn't grow up, or pretty much all of them didn't grow up watching Deion. I know when I was a kid, like he was at the end of his career.
Yeah, he was before.
So I disagreed with that. I think I don't know. I'm curious if because
he still had a lot of visibility though, wasn't he?
Does
On
Deion
like
work for Barstool or?
He does like their NFL pregame show or picks show or something.
Yeah.
When he first went on, it was like when they flipped that their football seasons because of COVID. So he was doing the Barstool show when his season was flipped on the other calendar.
I mean, surely he can't be getting paid for that. Like, I don't know. That's a weird situation. I wonder if FSU could like bring a lawsuit against like Barstool. Oh, sorry. What are you, a lawyer or something? Good Lord.
There are no lawyers in Florida.
If they be an investor, I hope this works out well.
All right. Any other FSU tier moments here? Chris, you seem to be enjoying this.
I just another point. This Big Cat getting in the chat and being like, "I was the offensive coordinator at FSU for 2 seasons." It's like, you can't say I don't care.
It's like you didn't. Like it didn't happen.
I cannot wait for the new NCAA game. We're like little less than 8 months away, I believe. Oh God.
Are we going? I mean, is it going to have names, numbers? Or is it like?
I should.
Yeah,
I think they've entered into an NIL deal with players to
Yeah.
give them portions. So.
That's what I've heard. Like they get it. The players are all going to get an equal share of a certain percentage of the game's profit.
Yes.
God, knowing EA Sports, man, you'll have to buy chin straps to put on your helmets as a, the way that company's going.
There was an interesting point on all this I saw today that someone brought up that this is now clearly a time where you invest in the players, and Oklahoma is the last school probably in the modern era, or the era that's now emerging, to invest all of its money in a new coach. Like, the future is going to be what A&M has done today, like why they have the number one class by far. They just pooled the oil man money and they just threw it at these kids. Like, I wonder if the reason that your Dabos and your Coach K's and your Roy Williams are getting out of the game or really hating this, because I feel like the days of the $10 million coach are going to start.
Legal now.
What
they've been doing. I mean,
but like, I wonder if the coaching salaries are not going to start swinging back the other way as schools and their boosters and investors and whatnot all pool to go and get the top talent.
I think it'll take a while before the coaching salaries go down. I think the more likely thing is you're not going to see $50 million stadium renovations anymore.
That's right.
God. I don't need a stadium renovation every 5 freaking years.
Like I would say, like, put pause on the Neyland Stadium remodeling and the athletic, indoor practice center, and just give that to the students, or give it to the players.
Give it to the players, and then if you buy good players, it's gonna be a huge return on your investment. Like, people will pay tons of money to go to games then if you're good.
No one is going to go to the sports bar if we just have 3 stars running around losing to Kentucky.
Well, we learned last week, or was it the week before, that Tennessee's like finally, getting in big time in the NIL game.
The Super PAC.
Yeah, the Super PAC.
Okay, I've heard rumblings. Like, Kyle was telling me what
Tony. I don't know what all's been revealed, but
so they're apparently setting up like this fund. I don't exactly or a bunch of boosters.
Gowing NIL.
Yeah, a bunch of boosters are like pooling their money.
Yes.
To dole out to players. I don't exactly know how it'll work, but
yes.
It's kind of like unofficially giving us a salary cap, I think.
Well, I think it's just a way to put a lot of money in one place so that Petros doesn't have to call like Victor Bailey and say, "Do you want to sponsor us?" or something stupid.
But what's going to be interesting here in the next year, 2, 5 years, whatever, is when the athletic director and athletic department reaches out to a top booster and says, "Hey, we need $2 million for X, Y, and Z," and that donor says, "My $2 million is going into the player's salary, not a building."
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm most. A good example is the Ohio State quarterback that was committed and then skipped his senior year of high school to go to Ohio State. Quinn Ewers, I think is his name, from Texas, and got like $1 million NIL deal to sit on the bench for 1 season when he should have been in high school, and now he's transferring back. I mean, what happens to that money? Did he get all of it? Like, what? I mean, that's something that I'm.
It's a lot of Donato's pizza.
And since Ohio State's a public, university, would that contract, be, be able to be obtained by the public? Freedom of information, like.
The contract's not with the university, though.
No? Okay. Well, what do you?
It'd be nice.
Well, the thing I'm thinking is you're going to see lots of these companies have negotiated contracts which say if you don't play, then you don't get the money or something.
Yeah, I mean it's gosh.
Or what about how they do in the NFL where they have incentive based, hey, if you catch 10 touchdowns, you get this much.
I kind of like the idea of it.
I don't like that, though. That's
No, obviously not. No bounties.
Sacks, you get X amount of dollars. If you get 15 sacks, you get,
Yeah, what's Greg Williams doing these days? Yeah, I just think, this is like the first year for it. It's going to grow into an animal here within the next 5 years, and
It's already a monster. It's the
5 years from now, we're gonna get on here and say, please, please go back to the old ways. Like, oh, this is ridiculous. But
Are we gonna have enough money to compete? I'm a little worried about this now.
who? Okay, this is interesting. What school has like the richest alumnus?
a single alumnus.
Yeah.
Probably Auburn. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I was thinking Phil Knight with Oregon.
That's a good one.
I don't think he's richer than an Apple president.
Where'd he go to school?
Auburn.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Phil Knight to Auburn?
Does he care?
Cook.
Yeah,
Tim
Phil
Cook
Knight.
went to
Yeah,
Auburn.
Tim Cook is
Yeah, I like Oregon better. Tim Cook.
Where'd Elon Musk go?
Elon, yeah. Jackson State. Well, by God. Oh.
Yeah.
Who's ours? Like probably Clayton or Haslam. Definitely Haslam, right?
Charlie Ergen.
We definitely don't have the top richest one person, but I think if you pull like our top 10 guys, we're probably pretty good with our top 10 versus somebody else's top 10.
Yeah, no, we got a pretty deep list.
Money.
Yeah. I mean, the Haslams and the Claytons have all kind of cashed out now, though. I mean, they still have tons of money, but they're not bringing in money. Like, it's not going to be Pilot and Clayton Holmes giving money anymore.
Who's the Dish Network guy?
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't remember his name.
We got the Garmin guy, like the inventor
Yeah, I don't
Garmin
think
or
he
whatever.
cares about football.
Oh, well, shoot. Who else we got? Who's the Charlie one?
Charlie Anderson.
Yeah, what's he do?
I don't know, but apparently he was big buddies with Pruitt, and he's like not.
Oh my God.
Is he the Holco guy?
I don't know. Yeah, Charlie Ergen is Dish Network.
Charlie Ergen is, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't Charlie Anderson? He's got something to do with like Channel 10 network television programming.
I think Charlie Anderson's something in Alabama.
Okay.
Oh man, need more.
I wish Min Cow cared about it, or how do you think that Garmin money is still going strong for him?
Why is Peyton not like endowing
He
the
is.
quarterback positions? Like
Apparently Peyton is very involved per sources.
Moolah?
I
That
think
Papa
so.
John's Moolah? Oh, hey, we got to make sure those pizzas are Papa John's that we syndicate. Yeah.
That's
that way the
another
money just goes back into the program.
Double
Joe,
dip.
Did y'all
Is
see
it-
Papa John's is changing their name?
To what?
They're getting rid of the apostrophe.
So it's not possessive
It's still
anymore.
Papa John's, yeah, but it's not John's Papa's. It's not John's Papa John's anymore.
Just Papa John?
No, it's just Papa John's with no apostrophe.
As in his name is John.
I hope I didn't I hope that wasn't like an Onion article.
Did you get Babylon Bead?
Hang on.
That seems like something John McWhorter would joke about.
I think whatever link you clicked on, that
Oh,
person
here we go.
access to your-
WFLA. What is that? What is
that a
WFLA? That's
Los
a
Angeles?
news channel. Okay. So this is Papa John's is launching a new brand identity, and that means dropping the apostrophe. Yeah.
I wonder how much that costed to do that.
Everybody has to go all the boxes and cross out the
Yeah,
apostrophe.
now it'll be $40 to get a large pizza delivered.
Not if you get a Shaq-a-roni.
Jesus.
Larry Pratt. What does Larry Pratt do?
Pratt and
He's the pavilion.
Yeah, I know, but how do you get his money?
No, he just stands there and he's a pavilion. He's a
he just
structure.
leases the pavilion and we pay him ungodly money.
All right. So Peyton, Larry Pratt, Jim Haslam, and Ray Hand are the top 4 guys right now.
Who? Rayhan?
Ray
Right.
Hand, he's got the studio.
Of the Ray and Lucy Hand digital studio that sounds like a garage when they're in it.
The warehouse.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's like where they
That's where that Casey Funderburg does all her stuff at.
Like Mike Keith just yelling stuff today and it's just echo, echo, echo.
Director of Broadcasting for play-by-play voice of the Tennessee Titans. John Wilkerson does that so well every time, man. I think it's the highlight of his week.
We love Bob here, but when Bob hangs up the mic, I want it to be John. John just stole my heart and soul in the baseball.
Oh, man, he's getting up there in age, though.
Yeah, but all the weight's gone. He's added 20, 30 years on. He looks great. He's in the prime of his career. A fastball.
If he gives us 15 years, that's great.
That's incredible.
That would be.
Single-handedly would revive radio listening in East Tennessee.
All right, our new adventure is a petition to get Bob Castling to retire.
Please.
I just think that the voice of the Vols doesn't matter as much anymore because we get our content from everything else. I feel like it was a big deal with John Ward because a lot of people still got their content radio.
Do you think there'll ever be a day where radio broadcasts of football games are just not a thing anymore?
I wonder if a nostalgia wave doesn't come back. Especially if it's the right kind of personality. Like Alabama people still listen to Eli Gold. The guy at Florida and the guy at LSU, and there's plenty of them out there. It's just if you just got to have the right guy.
Yeah, but at some point, I think universities, athletic departments will see, hey, we're in an age now where you can watch a game, on a device in your pocket. Why are we spending all this money to, transmit?
They could stream it turn it into a podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it'll ever go away, but man, that was just a scary thought that I had. So, hope not.
Yeah, I think it's a deal. It's like a mediocre deal, but I don't think it's a massive, huge deal anymore. The voice of the Vols.
Well, I mean, you're not sitting in your car in Red Bank trying to pick up Tennessee playing Penn State, and it's not on TV, and just that John was all you had. But people were really romantic about that.
I always enjoy, because I have to listen to a lot of them, and I enjoy, I don't know, it's just something about it.
No,
I agree. I still listen to baseball.
Absolutely. I do not miss John in calling the game. I typically dip out for the 4th to 7th innings, but then
why is that?
No specific reason.
You just took a Ferrari right into that.
But I love it. Just when he gets to the end of the game, we have a win. He's so excited about it, and he said, "We got to find our player of the game." And inevitably, it's 6 dudes. He just loves them all so much.
And the player of the game is a first inning single from Drew Gilbert. Oh my God! Calm down, John. No, I can't not listen to Mickey call the Lady Vols.
Oh my God!
I love it. I love it. Well, if you call that a foul, the Pat Summit's going to come back and slap you in the face. That was the worst call I've ever seen. I love Mickey.
With Maria Cornelius just...
I'll never forget the first time I ever heard the name Mickey Dearstone. Me and Caleb were in high school up at Norris, and you had your little green Chevy S10, and I think it was softball that was on. You're like, you said something about, I think, hating Mickey probably. And I was like, who's that? And I was like, he does the sports and all this. Well, okay.
I have no memory to this.
Yeah, I have a weird memory. You know that. But, God, I love old Mickey. Maybe we can get him on here. Make him a 5th contributor. We got room for another ornament.
We got all the room, man.
You need to back off.
I'll never forget yelling that at Jeff Jacoby at a football game.
Oh, man.
What?
Shortly after this happened on Mickey, Dog Jeff, and Heather, Jeff was down on the sideline taking pictures at a football game, and I was like, "Hey, Jeff, you need to back up."
Sadly, I believe that clip has been erased from internet history. One night I went on like an 8-hour, like all night hunt for it, like going into internet archives and everything, and could not find it. So
It's one of the great. It is one of the great clips by itself. But the fact that Roger called immediately after his hole in one and putt putt, just the all-time radio moment.
Oh man, oh that's great. What were we talking about?
Who knows?
Yeah, FSU. That's right.
Florida State, hilarious.
That's how much people care about you, FSU. We just
We
went down,
forgot about the Knowles.
yeah, the rabbit hole.
Oh,
So Tennessee basketball had a.
All right, Matt, you just want me to cover this segment since no
Yeah.
one else in this
Honestly,
group
didn't
chat.
even know we played last night. I was like, oh.
I'm waiting for someone to talk about the game last night, but no one
I'm
did.
about to say I'm terribly excited about it. Was very,
We
very.
played very well our last two games, audience, and we shot the ball well. Victor Bailey continues to suck. Plavsic sucks. We need Huntley Hatfield to play more minutes and play better. What else? Chandler is good. Our defense is amazing.
Is Triple J good?
He's good at defense.
What about my guy Powell? I love that guy at Auburn.
He's not really been playing well. I don't really know what his deal is. He's just
that
like
was
not
the thing
shooting.
I noticed from the box score last night was like a lot of people played. Vescovi's minutes were really, because all season he's been primarily the biggest minute getter. So last night,
I mean, I don't think anyone played a ton of minutes like last night. I think it was like no one played more than like 25 or something.
Yeah, I mean they got a lot of guys in there, but that was one of the criticisms from I think the Texas Tech game was that we weren't substituting enough. So
I mean, so we got a few of the young guys in last night. I think we got a pretty bright future. That dude from France, who I don't know how to say his name, looked pretty good. Jenny Mashak or whatever his name is. I think he should play more.
What about Don't Mind If I Do?
He looks like he would be good at basketball. I didn't realize he was so big.
Oh,
He couldn't really move well because he like screwed up his knee or something. But
well, if you do, Chris, you're cleaning it up. But yeah, Tennessee beat South Carolina upstate. What, you guys never heard that phrase?
No.
It's when somebody says a word you don't like. I don't know. Somebody say a weird word.
Plavsic.
Well, if you do, you're cleaning it up.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Whatever.
Never heard that.
Thanks, Pap, on that.
We play what?
Here's a twist.
Saturday, correct?
yeah.
We gonna win?
Memphis destroyed Bama last night.
Well,
I don't know.
Bama was in a close one with Cincinnati earlier this week, right? Or late last.
Houston.
Did you see that video? Oh yeah, Houston.
Starting the season. I'm glad we're starting the season.
Matt, are you going to talk about the video of the Houston basketball player cleaning up the trash?
Well, I mean, that was a nice moment, but the kicks of the trash can before then were just like, man, I'm so mad. We'll kick the trash can.
I just love how much Jimmy Dykes loved this kid putting trash back in the trash can.
I want to know what the Alabama fan in the stands was like pointing and saying at him. Like, oh.
Oh, no, couldn't you read his lips? He said, you missed a spot.
Hey, if you're ever at my suit store downtown, I've got a couple things for you to sign. It's legal now. It's legal. What they did to Julio was wrong. Screw you, Bama. Freaking jerks. When's the college football playoff start?
I don't care.
Who cares?
I think it's
decided to have our first Jimmy Dykes game.
A year from now.
The semifinals on New Year's Eve, right?
They should just play the national championship game as the first game of next season, you know? Just make that every year.
It's always weird as a college. I just know it's weird as a college football fan because everybody's like making cool New Year's Eve plans. Hey, we're gonna go to this bar, go to this party, or go watch the ball drop in New York City. And it's like I've been watching college football all season, and this is one of the biggest nights of the year to watch football.
I would go to the parties, Kyle.
Yeah.
Screw the playoff.
No, I mean, why watch college football if you're not gonna watch it finish?
I mean, that's going to be an interesting thing. I'm going to check that when Bama plays because, you know, everybody says, oh, it's boring when you always win. Like, you know, I'm curious if their ratings will be down in, like, the Birmingham market or something. I'm going to try to remember and check that.
I doubt it.
Yeah. There's nothing
well, I mean, I think if a lot of people are, you know, going to, like, a party, then, yeah, you got one TV showing the game. Like, I don't know. Nielsen ratings are stupid and unreliable.
Trying to imagine someone in Alexander City, Alabama, just nope, not going to watch the Tide. The ball is dropping.
Yeah, with a UN inspector outside. Like, my God.
I mean,
my God, these poor people.
Birmingham is much like Knoxville in the fact that they will watch anything.
Well, I mean, when you look at TV like ratings, like sports is like by far, like it's not even funny. Like how
in any sporting event, the top 10 cities are like Birmingham, Knoxville, Greenville, South Carolina,
just exponentially huge compared to any other television program. Like it's insane.
I love us so much.
So we got 15 days until Tennessee takes on Purdue. At this point, Purdue's down to their third string as their whole team sits out the bowl game. Kyle, you still confident this one's over?
Oh, yeah.
Step off the bus?
Tennessee by 50 by halftime.
Letting Butch Jones coach another game, aren't we?
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm definitely gonna watch it and gonna enjoy watching us beat them. But I just wish we were playing a better team and that our win would mean something more than what it is.
No one's gonna care who we beat.
Yes, it's just about that 8th win. Although getting some small measure over Purdue in particular, having been there and experienced that in the Sweet 16, I know it doesn't really wash that taste away, but something I can at least stop hearing the from the little Purdue train outside the arena every time failure's in the air. I
wonder if we can ban their big bass drum like Notre Dame did.
Can they get it in the Titan Stadium? They literally couldn't fit it through the stadium door in Notre Dame.
Paul Twitter, build a wall around Titan Stadium and keep the big drum out.
Going to tear their drum down.
Tony, I hate that big drum.
I just don't like it very much. I don't like Betty Davis.
It's like this my really nephew that plays in the Pride and he practices his alto saxophone, and I'm just saying I'm trying to watch reruns of Golden Girls.
No, Matt, far too modern for Titans Bill.
Yeah. I don't know. Gunsmoke.
I would be watching Gunsmoke, Tony, or The Waltons. Or Little House on Prairie.
I love the Waltons as a kid.
Waltons are great.
Yeah.
Never watched.
Yeah, the bowl game is going to be a thing. More like now that every one of their good players is out, they still have a really good quarterback. I still think they're going to possess the ball a lot. Still think they're going to score some points, but because we have Kamal Haddon out there, so. But I'm fairly confident about it. I have no real worry right now.
I'm trying to see what the gifts the players are going to get.
Ooh, that's a good one. Fossil watch, Tony.
What's the sponsor? Trans something?
Trans Perfect.
A PlayStation 5 out of stock Walmart placard, Tony.
Yeah.
Had to pay some internet bot $2,000 to do it ahead.
Get all of You get an option to get all of your gifts in Bitcoin.
Ooh.
About us, no. Well, let's send an email to their
What does
director. We'll
TransPerfect
get
do?
him
What
on
is
here.
that company? Because it's usually
we
No
can talk
idea.
about that.
Swag Bag is usually connected to the sponsor. What they do.
What bowl game is Barstool?
The
Arizona.
Translation Company.
They're all getting a year's subscription of Babbel.
Is a translation, e-discovery, and language services company based in New York City. Hey, Kyle, why don't you go ask them what they do? Go over there.
Run down the street. We will wait. Well, Nashville is very cosmopolitan. I imagine there's quite a bit of translating needing to go on, so that makes sense.
Nashville. Is Nashville the biggest poser city in the U.S.?
It's up there.
It's
Probably number one.
Well, look what we are. Cowboy wearing country music, singing
Well, I saw that
folk.
it's the number
bunch of
one city.
millennials.
It's the number one city in the country right now for bridesmaids parties or bachelorette parties.
well, they have recently banned alcohol on those beer cruisers.
What?
So those are probably going away. All the bachelorette parties getting drunk, pedaling through the streets on Broadway, probably going to be gone soon.
That's a shame. I always see people on that friends and stuff. They take girl trips for a weekend down to Nashville.
I hate
Let's go have a good time. Let's go.
I gotta get my Stetson and my boots to go to Nashville.
Last time I was in Nashville,
Lounge.
Dolly Parton pulled up in an SUV, got out, and went into a building. It's pretty cool.
That's Miss Parton to you.
Yeah, miss.
Hey.
Wait, you got the breaking news music there, Matt?
Burr, 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 burr.
I saw Chris reach for it.
Go into
All right, Emory Jones entered the transfer portal. I don't know how old this news is.
Emory Road. Oh my God.
Emory Jones.
Oh, the traffic.
the traffic.
No, Emory Jones, Florida quarterback extraordinaire. Good luck, son.
And get him hype.
Where's he going? I hope he goes to South Carolina and beats out Spence Rattler. Oh God.
I'm pretty excited about catching interceptions from Spencer Rattler in our
I
game.
don't know. They got that tight end too. Man, I want a good tight end. Oh.
Frank Beaver got on there
is-
today.
He's a
We got a-
can.
We got a good tight end for the next class committed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we signed Trinity Bell this past season, but apparently he had an injured knee. But he's a big guy, 6'7", so hopefully he's been able to hit the weight room, at least on the upper body. And man, because I want a great tight end. Who was the last truly great tight end? Was it Wooden?
Truly great. I mean, we've had a few good ones. Michael Rivera was
Brown.
good. Luke Stalker was good.
Very good.
I would say they were good, but they weren't great.
Who was the
They
dude?
had multi-year NFL careers.
Yeah, but they weren't great. Well,
I mean, is Witten the only great tight end we've ever had?
probably.
Yeah, what's your definition of great?
Greg Amsler
I mean, just
catches touchdowns.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking I want an elite tight end. We've only ever really had Wooden, but yeah, I guess those guys are.
Ethan. What about
good.
Ethan Wolf?
Good to great. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Helm, Justin Meredith. God, who else we got? Stalker.
Who's the Alcoa dude that fumbled in Alabama's end zone?
Brandon Morin.
Yeah.
What?
We're mixing
Yeah.
No, that was
this
Chris
year, but
Brown.
yeah,
Chris Brown. That's who I was thinking about. Yeah.
Corey Anderson, I thought, but
Or Corey Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
What about the one that we had that transferred to A&M and did good?
oh, Cam Clear.
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
Yeah. What?
right.
Yeah. I forgot all about Cam Clear.
Ah,
Oh my Lord.
He did nothing here and then actually did.
Well, he did some stuff. It just wasn't technically legal. So. Oh man. Speaking of Clear, what else we got?
And speaking of that, I guess Caden Salter hadn't done anything, has he? He's still in the sitting out.
I would say. I mean, I doubt he would go to Liberty and start immediately.
Yeah.
I shared this in the chat today. Did you guys see that stat line for Malachi Wideman?
Yes.
What the hell, man? Like 31 catches and 12 touchdowns. Like, good Lord.
Dion promised him points.
My favorite from Jackson State was that their quarterback, Dion's son, on the season had like 89 attempts and a total of 1 yard rushing. He's been sacked 32 times. Poor guy.
Nah. My heart felt good to see O'Brien Maurer land at Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah, that was a little surprising. I thought he could have.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm not saying like a Power 5, but
he has scrambled egg brains, Matt.
Mississippi State did a number on him. He couldn't slide. He refused to do it. Props to him.
Jesus.
But he will be fine there. Aren't they like a fairly good FCS? Don't they routinely get to the playoffs? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of FCS, shout out Randy Sanders. Congratulations on your retirement.
Oh, yep. That wasn't at all suspicious.
Have they announced their replacement yet? Like,
they're going to go back and get Carl Torbush again.
Philip Fulmer.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Well, I remember they like hired him to like help get their program back started again.
The consultants to end all consultants.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I would actually like that.
I would like that quite a lot, actually. Yeah.
That would be
funny.
Pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who they would hire. I mean, I don't care either, but.
Well, there's a great guy we all know just sitting down there at Furman.
Mm-hmm.
Come home.
Furman signed Maryville's quarterback from this year, though. So.
God. Pipeline.
Notable Knox County high school student commits included Mr. Nolan Walter. His mother is just as happy as can be to own the deed to that oil well down there.
He's got him a derrick with his name on it and a Stetson on it.
Yeah. I mean, no offense to his mother, but just seeing her in that picture made me just be like,
Matt?
that is a newly rich-ass woman. Like, she is happy as can be. And we have sources planted at the high school of Mr. Nolan that confirmed her A&M attire recently. So, no surprise that Nolan signed with A&M. You heard it here first, folks.
Who was it that threw that shit?
6 hours later.
He's not gonna sign.
Why did he transfer here to begin with? Does everybody know that backstory? I don't
Something about Marlon Walls. I don't.
Yeah, that's right. Marlon Walls was like his coach at his previous. But then I think Marlon wasn't able to coach here.
Yeah, had to sit out a year or something.
Good Lord. What? TSSAA. Well, we need a sit-out rule. We'll make it for coaches. Yeah, I'll be good. Yeah.
Well, this has gone on for an hour and 10 minutes now.
I'm at 58 on my recording. So. All right, let's finish it off. Kyle, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Holiday movie, sorry.
Did movies last week. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they were
It's obviously the best Christmas movie is Die Hard, right?
What a normie answer.
I just want to see the reaction. No, I mean,
it's a great Christmas movie.
It depends on the movie.
It's an objectively great movie.
Yeah.
We cannot rehash is a Die Hard a Christmas movie? Hell no.
Yeah, there's probably an entire years old podcast out there that discusses it.
There's people that have made careers off of that. We can't add to it.
It's obviously a Christmas movie. I mean, it happens at a Christmas party.
What's your favorite? Not Die Hard, Christmas movie.
Okay, so it depends on the mood I'm in, but probably like nostalgia, classic, Jingle All the Way.
There you go.
I'm a Turbo Man fan.
Not a Booster fan?
No one
Didn't
wants
you say you go and rewatch Harry Potter every Christmas? Or
recently, this is a new tradition that I'm trying out. I've watched since Saturday. I've watched the first 6.
I've watched the first 4 in the past couple of weeks. Now I never finished the movies, but yeah, I can see like it's a fun little movie to put on.
I mean, the first few movies was directed by Chris Columbus, who did Home Alone. So
yeah.
So
you
it's
can
got
tell by the terrible dialogue and
music.
delivery.
It's always got a Christmas scene in it.
Lovely, charming movies.
Chris, what's your favorite?
It's the Santa Claus. It's always been the Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Every year, I identify more with Tim. It's like Santa falls off his roof and he feels a little attacked. He's like, "Ha! Not gonna get me. I have great homeowners insurance and a good lawyer. Not as good as my wife's, but let's not reopen that wound." Oh, God.
I have always judged my hot chocolate based on my interpretation of how Judy, the elf, makes her hot chocolate. Like, not too hot, extra chocolate.
Okay. You guys watch this movie too much. Who's Judy the elf? And Home Alone?
The elf.
Or not Home Alone.
Seeing
Santa
a guy
Claus?
in rapping.
Hang on. Gosh darn it.
It was always
the best hot chocolate.
Well, it's the hot chocolate in the reindeer, like the pewter reindeer mug with the CD.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember seeing this. Yeah, I'm like, seeing that would always make me want hot chocolate. I remember now. Okay.
Now the movie got away from me a little bit when they sent out the EMS to to rescue them, and it's
okay.
Pencil.
I got Google something. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm gonna watch this movie real quick.
That you have to pencil through the jail cell to magically get
not
Santa
just for Christmas trees. How did I say it?
Tinsel, not just for not just for something.
He'll probably be dressed as Santa Claus. Kyle, while Matt watches the movie, let's just deep cut for the next until the very end.
My wiener whistle.
Mystery date.
That movie came out in '94? No way. It
still feels so fresh.
No way. I thought it was 96, maybe, not 94.
Yeah, that's 1B for me. Jingle All the Way and Santa Claus is 1A, 1B.
It's weird. Jingle All the Way, it came out in it was 96, but it still feels like a new movie to me because like it locked in the Christmas time. That was when something new Christmas movie, not A Christmas Story or whatever that we'd always watched. For some reason, I think, oh, that new movie, Jingle All the Way.
That's
Hartman.
That's a good question. A Christmas Story. Overrated, underrated? What do you guys think, Chris?
Overdone.
Overdone. Last year was the first year I watched it, and I was just like, what? Like, first of all, I don't know what in the hell's going on in this movie. Second, like, nothing special. Like, okay, yeah, watch it once every couple Christmases, but 24 hours of it? Good Lord, there's Home Alone and everything else.
Caleb, what's your favorite movie?
Home Alone.
Well, you should listen. I think you should listen to the podcast last week, and then
the hardest
answer will be there.
Yeah, it was,
it's Home Alone.
Yeah, the episode is titled "The Psychology of the Home Alones" and why 3 is the best.
I'll think about checking it out.
Kyle, I had an RC car, man.
Matt, I had you pegged for a Muppet Christmas Carol kind of fan.
I don't think I've ever seen a Muppet Carol, but I love A Christmas Carol. Like that's like my favorite holiday like story thing. So,
but the Muppet Christmas Carol is the story, but cheeky and fun.
I probably would have seen it as a kid, but I just don't remember.
The music is great. Michael Caine is Scrooge and Mr. Scrooge.
You also get Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase.
That's great, I haven't watched that in a while. I might watch.
That's usually in the rotation. That's in the rotation.
I'm sad that Newmarket Mallers no longer around to say Chitter's full.
Wait, what?
He's lurking He's lurking.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
That's not the Christmas movie, is it, though?
No, you got it
Yeah.
right. You got it right.
Okay, Chitter's Fool's the Christmas one.
Yeah,
I got my vacations all around.
Dan Mullen says that.
That's it's my Dan Mullen impression.
And his wife says, "Here, I'll lick it off your face."
Bino,
Go,
cousin
Matt.
Eddie down there got fired. Those Gators fired cousin Eddie.
Is that the reason their class sucks so bad? The absence of Mrs. Mullen.
Well,
they
just
signed a 5-star,
like
right?
apple butter.
Well, they were drawn in by the Pruitt-esque charm of one Mr. Napier.
Oh, Bill. Wild Bill Napier.
He's going to kill us.
No, not hype.
You don't think so?
Well, he'll kill us, but we'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, we're beating Florida next year.
Is Florida finally the firewall, like really and truly?
Yeah, it's going to become Kentucky now. We just can't beat old Mark Stoops up there.
Chris, your lesson at the beginning of the podcast. Do not get your hopes up.
What a good bow to tie. Holiday and everything imagery. Yes, we talked about it earlier. 6-6 is a godsend going forward.
No. Next year,
Yes.
No.
national champions.
9-3 is the floor. 9-3 is the floor.
Well, we had
National champions.
hype was saying just real quietly, "Oh, okay. Welcome back, Herndon. Let's go to Atlanta."
I thought when I listened to his press conference, it sounded like he had a newfound confidence. Like, I don't know, it just came off different. I don't know if it was because of my own emotions. I was just interpreting that way, but I was like, okay, this guy's excited. Like, this guy, feels vindicated. Like,
I think you should call John and Jimmy tomorrow and tell them that, Matt.
oh yeah, well, that's interesting. No, that's the phone call that they get where John, like, it's just an awkward pause, and John's like, sarcastically, okay.
There's so much personality on the other station.
What's the other station?
I'm just saying the flagship. I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
There's no personality
That's
on
that vintage New York sense of humor that we're all getting accustomed to.
Once they got Eric Ainge, like, Eric Ainge was like the beginning of, like, oh my God.
The beginning?
And then, well, I mean, before, like, it was okay. Josh and Will, I enjoyed them. Like, they kind of got old, like, the longer it went on, so I'm glad they got.
Do you remember
kind of
when Heather Harrington
Tyler
was hired?
Ivins and any of these other, oh my God, like.
The last time I remember listening to Sports Animal, Josh and Will were about to break down the final episode of Breaking Bad.
That's great.
When they
would do their casting of, like, Tennessee coaching searches, those were great shows.
No, the best thing that's ever been on the Sports Animal is Dave Hooker and John Adams on the New Sentinel Sports page from 10 a.m. to noon.
And then they brought Vince in to ruin everything. God. He is the absolute worst.
I miss Hooker.
I miss that. That was my pre-Tony radio days.
He's writing for somebody really obscure these days, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Quite a precipitous.
Like, went to ESPN as like a random beat writer.
He was. I would see some of his stuff on Saturday down south in like the last year or so.
His Twitter bio says media mogul, husband, dad, but in reverse order.
I think he's had the same thing since 2007.
Yeah, he writes for Saturday Down South. That's right.
Okay. He will never be as good as he
website.
was teasing John Adams for his Hawaiian shirt.
All right, what else we got before we get out of here? So, Kyle, your favorite Christmas movie was Jingle All the Way. Chris, you were
Santa Claus.
Caleb, what was yours?
Home Alone.
Home Alone. I was probably Home Alone too. I don't remember. But what else we got this week before we?
Which Home Alone?
Okay,
One.
we discussed this on the podcast last week as well,
We aren't
Kyle.
In
listening
my
to the-
opinion, there are only 2 Home Alones.
Neither are
That's
you.
No,
final.
there are 3, and 3 is great.
I think there are more. Actually.
Wait, is 3 the race car with the nuclear?
No, there are.
Yes.
Yeah, there are more, but I only consider there to be.
I left my sourdough in San Francisco.
Isn't like Home Alone 3? Isn't that Scarlett Johansson's film debut?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Yeah, Caleb dropped that on me last week.
wait.
I was like,
Yeah, we did discuss that last week on the
Scarlett
there are
Johansson
6
think
of
this-
them now.
Oh, Alex, she is the chick, isn't
We-
she?
Yeah,
Alex
she's-
slammed his thing in the toilet seat again.
We have to
Yeah.
do a podcast where we watch Home Alones 4, 5, and 6 and just review.
Well, didn't they
Okay.
just release a new
Tremendous
one?
idea.
Yes, apparently it's called Home
It's-
Sweet Home Alone on Disney
Buzz
Plus.
is the police officer.
Oh,
I didn't realize the mom
Yes.
alone
Yeah.
is the mom in Schitt's Creek. I don't know if you guys have seen
Whoa.
Catherine O'Hara is a
Edit.
goddess.
Family show.
that. Wait, is she the mom in Home Alone?
Catherine O'Hara, yes. God!
Okay.
Yes.
Kevin's not here.
Kevin's not here.
Kevin's not
Yep.
here. Hiya, pal.
Now I was yeah. So did y'all see today that like Buzz? They released that new Home Alone just for Disney Plus.
Nope.
And Buzz is the police officer, but then Buzz the actor just got arrested for like strangling his wife today.
He wanted to feed her to his tarantula. God, I blew that up. Oh my! Bombs away.
What? He was also a voice in Red Dead Redemption 2. What the heck? The
Man, that
local pedestrian population.
You fellers gonna go into Blackwater? No players, huh? Okay.
Fantastic.
Now I like Red Dead until it got to the online stuff, and then it
Oh,
just
yeah. It's
And-
a good story.
yeah. Story mode was great.
Oh my god. That it actually depressed me when spoiler alert Arthur.
Cover it up, Arthur Morgan.
Man,
Spoiler.
whenever I see an Arthur
Spoiler.
Morgan sketch on Reddit, I'm upvote. What a great
Someday
human
Caleb
being.
will be able to play video games again. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Someday.
That's what we'll do next week on here. We'll all get on here and watch Caleb play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Next week we're doing best Christmas song. Okay.
Oh.
Mark it down.
Let's just go ahead. Let's
No.
extra time, overtime.
My
Fairways
time.
and greens.
No, we got to wrap it up. All right. Well, what were we thinking about? Griping, discussing? What's your
I
last
think
thing?
just ending it.
Yeah.
Well, I had one thing. 24/7, your website sucks, okay? Your freaking ads are stupidly intrusive. Like, I'm scrolling down the page, and the freaking ad is, like, growing with the page. So I'm like, just stop, okay? Just stop. Get rid of it. I'm not
Please
gonna
tweet
pay for
all
your crap.
complaints to Wes Rucker at.
Yeah, change your lifestyle and get rid of your enormous, overly invasive ads. All right.
As
Anything
always,
else?
I think that'll do it.